If Erebus hadn't made another monumental mistake in their pit stop for Will Brown for the second consecutive weekend. For more, let's say a very good afternoon to Mark Larko. Larko, can you believe a similar problem plagued them again this weekend for Will? Utter heartbreak for that team. Can you just talk us through what might have happened for them?
Yeah, well, firstly, Jess, thank you and welcome everyone up here at Dick Johnson Racing. I actually can believe it, and I'll try and explain why. I've got all the bits here. I mean, the guys left me the keys to the shop up here, and I tell you, I've used them. I've dug through cupboards and back rooms and got all the bits. But let's go through some vision and have a little bit of a look at some frame-by-frame stuff. I want to rewind to last weekend where they had a similar issue. So this is on the helmet cam on the rear wheel in the pit stop, right? Now, wheel comes off. Watch this. Now, stop right there. First thing I want you to notice, the wheel is going on but down at an angle, right? Just register that. Let's just keep going. When they do that, bang, stop here. Look at that. The nut has already come out. So as it went down at an angle, bang, and the nut popped out. And once that happens, it's sort of day over because you've then got to try and get the nut out of the wheel because it's retained in there, or get the nut back in the wheel, it might be the case. Now, if we fast forward now to what happened last night, let's have a look. First of all, a couple of observations. Again, I'm seeing that wheel go down at an angle. Now, one of the things that can happen, the car, depending on how high you have your car jacked up, you can actually have it jacked down lower, which is more difficult. You have to go down at an angle. You can jack it up higher, right, which makes it a little easier, but it's going to take another couple of tenths of a second to get up there. So this looks pretty low to me, but it's going at an angle. The other thing I don't know if everyone picked up on, I was looking last night, I watched this 1,000 times. He got his left arm caught in this hosey. That's why it's got the coil in it. So he had to quickly untangle it and grab the spoke again. So just that couple of tenths puts a lot more pressure on. So as we go, look, here we go again, down at an angle, bang, and the guy with the gun was already on with the gun, really eager, while the thing was on at an angle. And because it's on at an angle, it's peeled off some teeth off the nut, and same drama. Okay, so we've seen that one to death. Let's now have a look at Red Bull. Shane Van Gisbergen stop. Stop it just here, look. What do we notice? This guy here, he went in straight at an angle. Watch this, we'll just go back, look at that. Not down at the wheel, he's come along sideways at the wheel. Goes to the back wheel, watch this again. In and on. Beautiful, and away it goes. So now when we look at our parts, here they all are. Wheel nut. This is a hub off one of the race cars. Thank you, Ben, I got out of the room over there. There's the wheel nut. There's our gun with the little dorgan inside there to push the little safety release on the cars. And here's our wheel. Now firstly, there's a wheel without a nut in it. See the hole in the centre? Nothing there. But what we need to see is the wheel is retained in there. The wheel nut is retained in there. If we turn around backwards, what I want to show you, on this nut here, there's a nut when it's out. Can you see that little, there's a little catch, a little tang on the back there, right? So that little tang just pops through here, just, right? So you imagine now on the hub, when you put that down at an angle and try and do that, it would be really easy, right, for that to come down and just catch the front edge of that hub, right, and punch it out of the wheel. I think that's what's happening. And then even when we get it on, if that guy's got the gun on too early, right, it still doesn't, it's not on the thread yet, and you start threading that now, it's all very awkward. Then when the thread catches, if that's cocked, you'll peel those little fingers off, which is exactly what happened. So what's my summary? I actually think this is a classic case. Well, I spoke to Barry Ryan and he agrees with me. This is just, they need to slow down a couple of tenths of a second and they'll get their stops right. I mean, I don't want to belt the team up. They're a young, enthusiastic team. Betty loves young people on a team. They've gone straight to the front of the grid in a hurry. You imagine the pressure on that team in doing 4 tyres in 8 seconds. So I think if they just stop, slow down, just a few tenths of a second, get that wheel down lower, get it on straight, just delay the rattle of the gun just a few tenths of a second, I reckon they'll be good to go.